Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Falakemi Atos. Yeah, have you ever heard about okra with seven lives? Yes, you're gonna see one today. Can you see this beautiful okra soup? This is a perfect combo for this season. And I actually prepared to lick it, but when I saw the soup, I changed my mind and I decided to do it with some swallow, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, this is a really perfect combo. You just need to try this. I'm going to carry you along on how I prepare this delicious and yumicious okra soup. I love okra soup so much. I love okra soup so much, especially when I get it right. I love it. And I'm going to carry you along on how I prepare this okra soup. Please, before I go on, if you know you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing. And don't forget to share my post. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you. The first thing needed for this okra soup is the okra, which is the main ingredient. Please, when selecting your okra, make sure you get the real stuff. And the next ingredient is iru, which we call locust bean. Then have some grilled mackerel fish, roasted turkey, some fresh spinach. I also have some tripe, cow tripe, and I have some fresh meats, fresh beef, cow beef. I have the fresh palm oil too. I have smoked fish or dry fish. I've already deboned it and washed it thoroughly. I also have knorr cube and others. I have crayfish too. So let's get into the business. So the first thing I'm gonna do is that I have already washed this mackerel. I want to grill it. Yeah, I want to grill it this way so that I prefer to do it myself. So I'm gonna grill it myself. If you know how to do it, this is very good. So I've washed it thoroughly, remove all the veins and everything inside the fish. So I'm just gonna cut it into the desired sizes and put it inside the oven. Yeah, so let me just cut it. Another thing I want to mention here is that if you're buying your mackerel, always ensure you get a very fresh one. There's nothing as horrible as getting a rotten or if a mere mackerel that is not too good. It's gonna spoil your broth, it's gonna spoil the soup. So always make sure you get the one that is very fresh. So I got this one from a Locust store, which is very fresh. So I'm just gonna cut it into sizes that I want. This is the size, it's not too small and it's not too big because I want to throw it inside the soup like that. I don't want to really shred it. I'm going to shred some, but I want to put others inside the soup like that. So I've already greased my pan and I'm going to put it inside the oven right now. So I preheat my oven into 350 degrees Celsius and I'm going to grill it for like 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending. While I'm doing that, I'm going to start with the preparation of other ingredients. Yeah, mackerel takes okra soup to another level. Some people don't like fresh okra. Some people want it fresh. Some people want it grilled. Some people can fry it, but I think I prefer to grill it. You can also fry it if you want, but because it's okra soup, I would prefer to grill it so that it's going to bring out that roasty flavor, and it's really going to help your okra soup to be very flavorful, to be very delicious. Yeah, so I'm going to just throw this inside the I'm going to throw this inside the oven right now and do other things. If you're still with me up to now, it means you really like what I'm doing. So what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe. Thank you so much. This 2021, we don't want to play. We are really getting into business. So please don't forget to subscribe. So like I told you, I've already preheat my oven to 350 degrees Celsius, and it's ready for me to put the mackerel inside. So I'm just gonna put it inside and just leave it there for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna grill it for like 45 to 1 hour depending, because I really want it to be very well grilled. So I'm just gonna be checking in once in a while. But while I'm doing that, I will go into the preparation of other ingredients. Yeah, at this time I want to just check how the it's about I've put it in for like 35 minutes. I want to check how it's doing, and I can see I have to change to flip it over and change it to the other side. So I'm just going to check it and see what is happening. As you can see it, the other side is done, so I just need to just flip it over and put it back inside the oven. At this time, the whole kitchen is really, yeah, I love the smell and everything. I really feel like just eating it right from now, but no, I'm not going to be tempted. Thank God I can't even eat anything now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna flip it and put it back inside the oven for like 15 minutes, and it's gonna be done. Yeah, it's looking very good, beautiful, and well cooked. Not too dry and not too wet. Just the perfect texture I want. Like I told you, if you don't like all this process, you can just fry your fish, or you can just put it right there fresh. It's still gonna come out beautiful, but because I just want this flavor, this real flavor, this smoky flavor, that's why I'm grilling it. Yeah, so let me go to the other things. After flipping it, I'm gonna put it back inside the oven, and then I'm gonna set that aside and move to the other ingredients. And the next thing is that I will be preparing my okra. A lot of people prefer to use their food processor to blend their okra. Some people prefer to even blend it. But to me, the best way to achieve this is by cutting it. So I just remove it. This is the last, after 15 minutes, I've just removed it from the oven, and it's very okay. This is just the perfect, grilled fish. So right now, before I cut the okra, let me blend the pepper I'm going to use. I'm blending two habanero pepper. You can use one, and if you don't like pepper at all, you can, omit this step, and two red bell pepper. Yeah, that is all I'm blending. Now let me move to the okra. This is the fresh okra. I got this from a local store, and this okra is very very good. They call it Chinese okra, and the other one they call it I forgot the name of the okra, but it's two different type of okra, but I'm mixing it together, and they all look so good and very very slimy. That is what I want. Yeah, so I just cut my okra, and the next thing is, let me go to the meat. So I'm gonna put all the meats that I'm gonna use. Like I told you, I'm gonna use some fresh beef, cow beef. I'm gonna use some tripe. I'm using some smoked turkey, and some chicken. I have some chicken inside the freezer, which I just removed. I'm going to use some of it. So the next thing I'm going to put is to put the onions. I've already cut the onion into tiny pieces. I'm going to put some onions, and I'm going to put two knorr cubes into this, and some salt. I'm going to be using sea salt for this recipe, and I'm going to keep seasoning very simple, because most of this African soup, you have to be very careful. If not, if you put a lot of seasoning, it's going to spoil the taste. It's not going to bring you that local taste that you really want. So just the seasoning, the knorr cube and the salt and onions. That's all I'm putting. I'm not going to add any water at this point. I'm just going to allow the beef, the chicken, the tripe, and the roasted turkey to bring out to cook in its own juice. Then after a while, I'm going to put the water I'm going to use for the soup. So I'm just going to cover it and allow it to cook in its own juice. The next step I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to clean my dry fish thoroughly, because if you don't clean some of this dry fish, if you are not careful, it can spoil your soup. So you have to make sure you remove all the bones and make sure that you remove everything that you don't need inside. So I just put some hot water and salt inside and allow it to just settle in. While I'm doing that, I just give my beef and my tripe, everything combined together. I'm just giving a quick stir. Look at all the water coming out from that. Yeah, so most of the time you don't need to put any water inside this beef because it contains a lot of water already, and because some of them are from the freezer, it's already high and it will bring us a lot of water. So you have to be careful. If not, it will be too watery and you will not even like the taste. So right now I'm just gonna add more water, and the water I'm going to add now is going to determine the kind of water I'm going to use for the soup entirely, because at this point, after this one, I'm going to add any more water. This water is going to be the one I'm going to use to cook the soup. Yeah, so I've just added enough water for me to use. I don't want it to be too watery. So while doing that, I've already removed my dry fish from the hot water, clean it thoroughly, and I'm going to add it because it's quite hard. So I want it to be a little bit soft. So I'm going to cook it with the meat a little bit, and so that the flavor from the meat will also enter the fish. Yeah, so let me just put it there and cover it. So the next step that I will do is that in another pan, yes, I want to do this. Some people might decide to use the same pan, but I want to use another pan to prepare my okra. Yeah, then I'm going to add it together. So I'm going to so I just reduce the heat from the meat so that it's just going to cook with the dry fish. So I just set the pan on the stove and I had 1 spoonful, that is cooking spoonful of palm oil. Yes, you can reduce it or you can add more, but this is what I want. Yeah, just do you. Just do yourself. This is what I love. So there's no rules about soup. Just do what you want. Some people want their soup to be so oily. Some people want it to be not to even have oil. In fact, one of these days I'm going to prepare one without oil at all. So just 1 spoon. It's enough for this soup. Don't bleach the palm oil, please. You don't need to bleach it. Just make sure it's enough just for you to melt. Then afterwards, the next thing I'm going to add there is the onions, the remaining onions that I've already used part of it to cook the beef and the tripe and the roasted turkey. So, and I'm going to fry this for like 3 minutes on a very high heat because I just want it to just cook a little bit before I add other things. So yeah, I'm just gonna add the onions. Yeah, and I'm gonna give it a quick stir. I don't want anything to burn at this point. Yeah, just look at that. Look at the color. That is good. The oil is not too much for me. I just want it that way. Yeah. So I'm just gonna cook it for like 3 minutes. Then after that, I'm gonna add the iru, which is locust bean. Some people don't know that. That is African stuff and it's very tasty, it's very flavorful. Some people don't like it, but honestly, there's no okra without iru. If you're a Yoruba woman or a Yoruba lady, or from, some people even use it even if they are not Yoruba because it's very, very good and it's very, very healthy and delicious. So try it. Yeah, so that is the locust bean, which is iru. It takes the taste to another level. Yeah, I've washed it and removed everything that is not wanted. So I'm just gonna fry it a little bit. Some people don't like it fried, they want it fresh like that, but I just prefer it that. I just want to fry it a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just gonna fry this with the onions for like another 2 minutes. Then afterwards, see what is gonna happen. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You have to encourage me this year. I have a lot to do, so encourage me by subscribing. The next step is that I'm gonna put some of the I divided the okra into two sections. So I'm gonna add some of the okra to the palm oil. While I'm doing that, sorry, before that, I just want to put the I just checked my meat and it's almost done, so I put the blended pepper mix inside. So then I put the okra inside the palm oil, and I'm going to give a very quick step. Please make sure that the heat is very high at this point. I just want to fry it a little bit just for like 2 minutes. Don't overcook it. Look at the other combination, that is the meat, the dry fish, and the pepper. So after that, I'm gonna add the palm oil and the okra inside the beef. Yes, and I'm gonna combine it thoroughly. Mix it thoroughly. At this point, everything is just fast fire. I'm trying to keep up with the time. Yeah, before then, I added the roasted. Remember the roasted mackerel fish? I added it to the mixture. Yeah. And some people will say, will the okra still be slimy after frying it? Honestly, I didn't believe it, but it was so slimy and I love what I saw. So try it. Yeah, look at this. Yes. So I just pour it inside the broth and it's looking so good. I love the color. It did not, that green color is still very there. Yeah, I thought I'm going to lose the color, but honestly, it's still very, 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 very green. Yeah, so I just mixed it thoroughly. Remember, I still kept a little bit that I'm going to add at the end of the day just for this crunchiness. I want that crunchy taste. Yes, when I'm licking, yes, look at it. It's still very slimy. Yes, I've not even added the other part. At this point, I'm going to throw in my crayfish, blended crayfish. Yes, and mix it again thoroughly. And the other part of mackerel, the one I removed the bones and everything. Yeah, so then I added the mushroom. Some people don't like mushroom, but mushroom is one of the things I love most in this soup. Yeah, then I added some I added two knorr cubes again. Yeah, because I know, because I didn't put too much of salt, and the only thing, I didn't even add any other salt apart from the one I used to cook the meat, which was very, very small. So look at that soup. Look at that thing. It's looking so good. Yeah, looking so good. Look at the other part of the okra that I kept. I'm just going to add it towards the end because I still want it to have that crunchy, crunchy when you are eating it, so that you still be feeling as if you're eating fresh okra. Yes. So I'm just mixing it together so that before I will put the other ingredients. Yeah, it's almost done at this point. I've reduced the heat so that I don't want to overcook this okra soup. I love okra soup. I can't even, I love it. I love licking it. Yeah, so at this point, I'm going to throw in the other part of the okra soup just for that crunchy taste. If you want to cook it at the same time, you feel free to do you. Just do whatever you feel convenient with. But I prefer this crunchy taste. Yeah, I just want it to be, when I'm eating it, I should be hearing that noise in my mouth. I should be hearing that sound in my mouth. Yeah, and look at it, it's still looking slimy and it's still very good. And the last thing I'm going to be putting it is my spinach. Yeah, if you don't want spinach, if you have ugu, you can put it, but I couldn't get ugu here. Look at it, very slimy and looking very good. Yeah, yeah, that is just what I want. And not watery. And there's no much oil inside. Yeah, so you can enjoy it. You can lick it. You can use it any type of swallow. You can even use it to eat your rice. Yeah, people eat, you use okra to eat rice. And okra is very, very healthy and very delicious. Yeah, the soup is ready. Look at that. Look at all those obstacles. Look at all those obstacles. Who would not want to try this? Please, you need to try this and tag me. If you try it and you enjoy it, please try it and tag me. Okra is very delicious and it is eaten by almost every tribe, both African, Caribbean, American, European, wherever. They love okra. Okra is a very good and very contains a lot of vitamins. So please try it. Look at it, still looking very slimy, just the way you want it, just the way you like it. And with all those obstacles, I'm telling you, I can't even wait to put it on my plate. And I know a lot of people are wondering what is going to happen to this soup. Some are going to my mouth right now. Yeah, this is how I cook this okra soup with 7 lives. Yeah, we used to hear that local moi moi has 7 lives, but this okra soup has 7 lives. With a lot of obstacles on it, you can't even resist the taste and everything. You can lick it and you can use it, but I decided to take it with a bar. Yeah, that is the only swallow I have for now. So try it and tag me. Until next time, we're going to see. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.